Hello. Um, I started watching this film where Ryan Higa came up in. Like he had an earlier film that he did with Sean Fujiyoshi when they were much younger. Um, I haven't seen that one, but he came out in this one. It's called uh, "Tell Me How I Die." I guess it's a horror film, but I like it. It's free on Tubi right now. Um, and I like it because like it's full of youth. Like I'm pretty sure like it came out like 6 years ago, I think. So like 6 years ago that would put Ryan at like 25, 26 years old. Um, so I'm pretty sure uh all the actors and actresses are about that age. Like everything in that movie like is so fulfilling. Like it takes place in like who knows, like somewhere cold. There's a snowstorm, there's a blizzard, which is already comfy because we all know that the cold and snow is comfy. When you're inside and you can have hot chocolate or whatever, put on a film, wrap yourself up. Um, and okay, so it takes place in like Colorado or somewhere cold like that. Um, so that's one thing. And then it's supposed to be like science. So like the movie starts with some guy giving a presentation. Um, like it's like a lecture presentation where he's talking about like the possibility of like enhancing memory to the point where like you can relive things that felt good in the past. So like they're running trials for this, and a bunch of youth get involved. One of those youth being Ryan Higa, as the character that he's playing. So like they get injections, they're talking brain terms like hypothalamus, the hippocampus for memory. If you've taken psych, you know, I'm still a fucking infant when it comes to like brain stuff. Um, but like it's cool. So it's science, it's the science that I like. It's enterprising because these kids are like signing up to do these studies for these drugs for this like new technology to enhance memory, and they're getting compensated for it. Like I'm imagining they're getting compensated well, and they have to stay in this facility, which is a very nice facility, and it's just a whole bunch of youth. It's like a camp. And they have to stay there for what, like a month for the duration of the study. I don't know, but it's really cool. So that's one thing. I may have to cut this off because my parents might get home and it might get loud. But I'm already grateful that I've had enough time to at least spill about this film. But like the reason I feel so moved by this film that I started last night, middle of the night, like I went to bed at like 4 in the morning. And by the way, it's an independent film. Uh, so that to me is great. Like if you're like a very mainstream, very popular actor or company, like you can't do what you want because you have to follow the formula in order to remain mainstream, in order to stay, keep your status. This is such a breath of fresh air. I love it. It's what I want, you know, people doing what they want, not just, the formula. It's a breath of fresh air. So I was also thinking of saying this. Should I say it? I imagine that I might get more audience with this video compared with my older stuff. Not that that was like stuff, but like it's just me having fun, which is the actual formula for doing things. It's just you don't do it for the purpose of making a certain predefined gain. It's you just do it for fun. That's how Joe Rogan did his podcast. That's how Ryan Higa started his YouTube channel. and now they're like the most successful. I think it has to do with the degree of success too. If you'd start it just for fun, then you have the most success. Okay, so I was thinking, because I was, I had to go to the bathroom. I won't disclose for what, but I was listening to I I was listening to I had a video playing for comfort. It was Ryan Higa's Nigahiga's that's his channel, for Ryan Higa's channel. Nigahiga, his music video, which is just, his own lyrics over some other song. I don't remember the song, but it's there, clenching my booty. And it's just like a parody of like going to the having to go take a dump, and and when you have to like hold it in. And I just love how comfortable his work is, what he does. It's so innocent, it's so comfortable. you know it makes me feel like everything is okay, just like that film that I've been telling you about. Honestly, like I went through high school, like I couldn't really leave much of my shell in high school. Even up until sophomore year of college, because there were like other imperatives that had to be taken care of first. So like during that time, like these guys, like Nigahiga, these YouTube channels, these people like Ryan Higa and like Dominic Sandoval, the dancer who then had a YouTube channel, the Dominic Show. And I'm not sure if his other channel is DTrix. And Kevjumba, Kevin Wu. These people, like they like they help me get like I appreciate them. And like to think that their era is like coming to a close, like I won't like belabor this, but like in the order that I appreciated them the most was Nigahiga, then the Dominic Show, and then Kevjumba. So Kevjumba disappeared around like what, 2014 something. So he went and like became like much more aware, and then it took him 10 years to get a psych degree, and as far as I can see now, he like does music, like he makes music. And then the Dominic Show, like Dominic Sandoval doesn't produce as much as he used to, but his stuff was so funny. Their humor is so comfortable, it doesn't provoke anybody. It's like it makes fun of oneself. I'm not sure if that's why they have such reach, because like it's it's the most you can give. And then as soon as COVID hit, Nigahiga, like he had like two more videos and then he like dropped. So like so like these three channels, and I don't know if this is relevant, but they're all Asian, okay? Nigahiga is Japanese, full Japanese. Dominic Sandoval is half white, half Filipino, and Kevjumba is Chinese. I mean, make with that what you will, you know. But like, um, Nigahiga was the most popular channel. Like he held like the top of the chart, like a few times maybe, and for a duration. Um, like he was the top, and and so like I'm gonna say it like this. It sounds cool when you say it like this. Like there were a bunch of YouTubers, but like Nigahiga essentially led the charge. Like he was number one. He was at the frontier of the frontier. And now like he's not, like, he hasn't produced anything since, like, a couple months into COVID. I looked him up. Now he streams on Twitch, and to find out what's gonna come next. And he said, it's only recently that vaccinations have happened so that we can actually have production. I don't know what's gonna happen. He said that, like, maybe he could come back, or he might not necessarily do YouTube. He has some projects in mind that wouldn't be YouTube. I mean, I'm enjoying this film. I'm more than halfway through. Um, yeah. Um, when I when I left school in 2015, throughout 2015 and 2016, I was getting into a bunch of YouTube channels just to pass the time, and they also helped me to mature, because I found out all about this life that, dimensions of life that I didn't know about: social life, emotional life, just having fun. So I went through all of Nigahiga's videos on both his channels, Nigahiga, Higa TV. I went through all of the Dominic shows and his other channel, all his videos, his food challenges. I extended into the Merrill twins, into Wasabi Productions, and then after that it was like, okay, that's enough. And then later on, I got into Smosh, and I saw literally every video that they had. And I think that might have been it. I also got into French YouTubers, Cyprien like and Norman Fede Video, Andy and like Natu. I don't know. Like, I got a little bit familiar with them. I don't know. I'm just free talking. Anyway, I just think people should, like, pursue comfort. I think, I don't know. I'm free talking. Like, it seems like we've entered an era of a lot of uncertainty and a lot of crisis. My, like, mental health crisis coincided exactly with this wave of conservatism around the world. Rodrigo Duterte in the Philippines, it's still going, kind of, with, Bongbong Marcos right now. Donald Trump, he just announced today that he's going to run again. Bolsonaro in Brazil, Marine Le Pen keeps getting more and more support in France. Brexit. If you want to think of the war in Ukraine as a wave of conservatism, then, I don't know. As I'm growing up and, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do, I want to do neuroscience and philosophy. You don't have to think about it in terms of, like, a school subject, but, like, I am, you know? I think we have to, like, decide what it is that we want to do. And I want to have a homeostasis that works for me. And that means I have to value my comfort. I have to put my comfort first, which, it feels great. Like, it takes me back to eras that, like, where things felt okay, you know? I watch these videos, Nigahiga and Dominic show, and, I feel comfortable. The other day, I was looking up, like 2 nights ago, I was looking up Don Francisco, the Latin American Spanish show. Like, I grew up on that, and the dude is like 81 years old now. It reminded me of times where, things were secure. Anywho, I'm by myself in my house right now. It's so comfortable to be by myself. I reckon my parents will arrive any second right now. My mom had to go get an eye appointment so she can get glasses. Um, yeah. Watch Nigahiga. You can watch Nigahiga, the Dominic show. You know, I don't really watch Kevjumba anymore, but like, I remember coming home from high school and on a Friday, which is when they would upload, and just going through each one, like, let me watch this, let me watch this, let me watch this. Value your comfort. Comfort doesn't have to be a bad thing. Comfort can be, you know, the baseline that you need to establish so that you can then go, so that you can be prepared to then go to do the other stuff that you have to do. Because if you don't have a baseline, then you won't even be able to do anything at all. You can't fill from an empty cup, as they say. Look at me. I'm growing out all my hair. Facial hair, everything. Okay. Look at this. Cheveux capelli. That's French and Italian. I used language as a platform to work off of. They let me get to where I needed to go, and I still use them. They introduced me to the whole world because they got me into international relations, which is what I was doing first. And now I'm not a complete, you know, useless. I'm not useless. Like, you need to know some of this stuff. Depending on what your destiny is, you need to know some of this stuff. All right, I guess I'll end it.